And welcome to another fine session of High Vibe Channeling on this December 18th. And tonight we have an esteemed debut by Leslie Stewart, who's been channeling for quite a while, years and years, but she has taken a small break and is now getting back into it and bringing her gifts to us. And I know you will all be amazed and impressed because I have experienced Orion myself. So, Leslie, please tell us whatever you would like us to know about you. Thank you.
Well, you pretty much covered it. I've been channeling for about 20 plus years. I did take a reprieve. I was caregiver for my husband. And he passed. So it's time to get back to doing fun things. And I believe that they are anxious to get started. Whoever they are. Orion is a collective, and it can be, I have no idea, can be coming from wherever. I've had Native Americans, I've had Arcturians, so I really don't know what's going to come up, but they are ready to begin.
Excellent. Thank you.
Good evening, dear ones. It is indeed a pleasure to be with you in this way, as we always look forward to gatherings such as this. It brings about lots of energy from all sorts of places, but emanating always from the heart space. And as we have gathered with you, we remind you all that when you are in that place of peace, when you are in that place of love, when you are in that place of joy, when you are in that place of forgiveness, when you are in that place of connectedness to all that is, and the multiverses of all that is, as you all are connected to all that exists, how empowering is that? When you are truly connected to your higher consciousness, you can feel the energy of all that is and the multitude of love that you are all giving to Mother Gaia, to all beings in your circles, as you continue to grow and expand on this wondrous lifespan that you have chosen to live in this time-space reality, on the cusp of so many changes. And you are all a part of that. The love that will continue to ripple. And as it ripples from all of you, it brings about greater change more quickly. And all of you are a part of that change. The change for the greater good of all humanity. the greater good of all beings, trees, flowers, the little beasts of the planet, and all of you. As you continue to grow and expand and experience and enjoy life from that heart-centered space, you are all a part of this wondrous multiverses of all that is. As you all gather together, and gatherings such as this evening, and bringing your spirits, your guides, your teachers, your loved ones, as we all gather together, you can get a sense that as you all gather in this space, that you can feel the love of all beings. And as you feel that love, we want you also to go about in your daily activities, sharing that love, giving your love, even if that means as you are walking down the street and you see someone, you have no idea who they are, but you want to reach out and smile, perhaps even say a kind word. And that continues, that love experience, as it continues to grow. You may have noticed that there is a need for expressing more love. For we also see that there are lots of things that are going on that don't necessarily represent love in a way in which you all know of love, but they too can be influenced by your love. Sending out the telepathic messages that you want all humanity to be one with all that is synchronized in love, peace, harmony. For that is the direction in which you are all headed. It continues to expand. And we are all so appreciative of all of you as you gather together, continuously showing how you can be a spark of love. Do not let that spark of love fade. We know that there are times in your lives that sometimes it feels a little off kilter, perhaps. But yet, it is still there, always within. You have come here now to be a representative for all humanity. You are all giving of yourselves in a way in which will create much change. Never forget that as you continue to go about expressing your authentic selves, even on bad days, as people call them sometimes, you can still find a way to bring about some joy, not only for yourself, but for someone else. And when you do that, it reaches the core of their being in ways in which they may not even understand, for it has been absent in many people. But now the peelings are coming off. The soul part of the human being is exposed more and more. And as it is exposed, you see it, you feel it, you are attracted to it. It is the light of all that is. Do you not feel that love with us now as we have gathered into this space? For as the light shines upon all of you, you are the beacons of light and love. Do not allow outer circumstances to extinguish your light. For that light brings so much joy to all. Be the light, be the love. Shine your light upon those that are in most need of it. For when you do that, it creates a change within them, a change within them that they then discover for themselves that perhaps that light was buried within them so deeply that they were not even aware of it. But those of all of you that keep showing up on the planet to shine your lights, you are all a part of the change. And we are so appreciative of all of you allowing your light to shine. Does anyone have any questions for us?
Yes, I was wondering if you had any update for us on 3i Atlas.
What kind of update would you like? That too is a part of the change, you see. It is coming closer to Earth. And that is a part of the spark of the change that you are all a part of.
Yes, I'm feeling a lot of energy, a lot of from the sun, from Three Eye Atlas, from the center of the galaxy, as well as transitional energy, helping me release old patterns, old shame, old guilt, and live in the present.
Very good. That is all
So,
a part of what is part of that change, yes. Releasing the old and allowing the new to expose itself. Isn't it delightful?
Yes. It truly delightful and powerful experience. So
Yes.
yeah, thank you.
Yes, indeed.
And it is a pleasure once again to feel your energy and have your presence with us. Thank you, Orion. I'm
Thank
curious
you.
about how open contact will change the extraterrestrials from their point of view. If you could expand on that, please.
We believe it's going to be the other way around. They are going to help create the change in all of you. You understand?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
But I know they will have more freedom on our planet to be more of their authentic selves without hiding themselves once our energies can handle their presence in a more physical fashion.
Precisely.
And I know that's going to bring great joy to them, for they wish to provide us with more love, and our forms cannot accept that love in our frequent energetic resonant capacity.
At this 3D world that you live in, yes.
So I guess they're all rejoicing outside of time and waiting for that to unfold for us.
Precisely.
That's great. Thank you very much. Christina?
Thank you. Greetings and thank you for your company and co-creation.
Thank you.
I have a potentially silly question, but I was wondering of all the beings that you are aware of that have some form of physicality, what percentage of them would you know maybe that like hugs?
They hug differently, but you feel them nonetheless. Perhaps when you have meditated and you feel this overwhelming amount of love rush in, and you can feel the energy as a warm embrace. That is what it feels like. That warm embrace of love and energy as it fully encompasses your being. For they are sending out love, and you are reciprocating and also sending out love. And it feels So powerful. And we are doing that now to all of you.
Thank you for that. So energetic hugs to all.
Thank you.
Can you explain a bit about how our dream self will become more active for all humans? Are all humans who wish to participate in that way after open contact?
Yes, that is the key. To those that wish to participate, for there will still be many that are not willing to participate. They are still held back by being in the 3D world and not receptive quite yet to receiving and being an active member in the dream. For you know that when you are in dreamscape, you are actively co-creating experiences. Even as you do that now, as you walk the planet, you can co-create wonderful experiences with others. It is much the same in dreams. When you are lucid dreaming, you are co-creating and you are feeling it, you are believing it, you are walking it, you are talking it. It is that feeling you see. But not all are ready for that quite yet.
Thank you. Will those memories be part of our waking state memories?
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Yvonne?
Hi, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Back in the early 2000s, there used to be a lot of talk about what people call the shift. I was never clear on exactly what that was supposed to end up being, but I'm curious because linear time is so different uh, for those of us here and those of us outside of this physicality, whether what you're talking about is part of that same shift, if it's ongoing, or if we're looking at a second or different type of change.
This is an accelerated shift, if you will. That was a beginning, but now it is accelerating at a high rate of speed.
I see. Thank you.
Can you speak a little bit about the interaction with the cetaceans after open contact? Because I know they have been working with the energy of the earth and supporting us for quite some time. But that is a mystery and unknown to a lot of individuals. And I'd like to get some more information on that, please.
That will still remain a mystery for many, for there are still thousands that are not ready. But those of you that are have already received open contact, have you not? You in particular?
Yes.
Yes. So as you being a part of this greater expansion and aware of the contact that you have with many of us. It will continue to be much like you have already experienced. And you know that you can suddenly bump into them as you are walking, running, talking to the trees, experiencing life. That is us and you. We have been here for so many years. And still, people have their blinders on, not ready to open to see. For many, it is very frightening, for they have to look inside of themselves and be open and to be truly accepting of who they are first, to be able to see that we mean no harm to anyone. We are here as love and light and peace. We are part of this growing expansion for all of you to open up and let it in. Let your light shine. For that is what we are all about. See?
Yes,
and that is what you are all about.
Thank you. I got a big jolt of joy in that, so I really appreciate that. Thank you. Angie?
So many questions all of a sudden, so I'll just keep it to one right now. Um, I would love for you to expound on why you go by the name Orion. And maybe you touched on that earlier. I know Orion is my favorite constellation. It has been for as long as I can remember, but since then I have learned lots about the Orion star system. Of course, the most infamous stuff like the Orion Wars and such. So it's a very interesting topic for me, and I would love to hear anything you'd like to share in that regard.
Yes, it actually came about much like what you were saying. Leslie was receiving automatic writing. She said, "You know, people need labels. What do I call you?" They said, we said, we are all here, you see, that we, if you like, can call us Orion, for that was one of her favorite constellations as a wee child. She would stargaze a lot, and she would find that constellation particularly interesting. Orion is a label, if you will, but it is not necessarily the whole of who we are, just like your name is not the whole of who you are. It is a mere speck of information, if you will. For Orion is merely a name given to Leslie as she first began her automatic writing. Since then, we have expanded, and she said, so do I continue to say you are Orion? And we say, you may name us whatever you wish, for we are a conglomeration of many things, just as you are all a conglomeration of many things. You see, not just one, only in the perception of each individual as it is named. But that is not the totality of who you are. Just as Orion is not totality of who we are, you see. We
But
don't know if that explained it or not.
well, I'm just curious why you picked Orion versus a different constellation.
Because that is one of Leslie's favorites.
Oh, so it has nothing to do with where you originate from, or the majority of you do.
Correct.
Ah, I see. Okay, interesting. Thank you.
Indeed.
Heidi?
Hello. I came in just a few minutes ago, and I'm hoping that my question is not off topic. And if it's off topic, it's my own fault for coming late.
Nothing is off topic.
Um, Thank you. So I was thinking about because of a movie that's coming out, the disclosure movie that's coming out. It got me thinking about first contact, and if I were to be face to face with someone from another planet who was visiting here, how would I actually know that they are a being from another planet and not just someone from the government, or trying to, for some reason, make us believe that they're a visitor from another planet? So how would I know? Is there a way for them to show me in some way their home, or
You will know by the information that is received by you. That being said, when you are openly interested, openly engaged with groups such as this one that opens many doors for individuals to experience different aspects of not only themselves, but other beings, you will know by the feeling tones, you will know by the information that is transmitted to you, much like you receive information in dreamscape, in meditations. You receive information. This will just be another step beyond that, as far as you are going about your business. Suddenly, you will be startled, perhaps. You could be startled by appearance. We hope not. You could be startled by, wonder what that is. You could be startled by the realization that, aha, this is what I remember. This is what I have felt before, but I did not know what to call it. Is it something that can be conjured up through government? What they are trying to convey is, or what we are wanting to let you know, is governments have been aware of extraterrestrial beings for a long time, but they did not disclose it. Now they are disclosing bits and pieces, but still, you will know the truth as it comes to you. And discern for yourselves what information that you believe is truth, or is it fiction, you see? And you will know.
That is, I thank you so much for sharing that. And explaining it in that way. I just felt so joyful while hearing all of that. Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Go on, Adrian.
Hi again. Okay, so now I have another question. I've heard you say on a number of occasions already that people just aren't ready for this or for that, and or the majority of people aren't, or a vast majority. And it got me thinking. From what I understand, in this time period, there is a quite a large number of souls back from the time of Atlantis. Um, and they are returning kind of to clear karma, right wrongs, make sure it doesn't happen again like it did the last time, those kind of things. And I'm curious because so many people seem to not be ready, maybe even myself on levels that I am not able to get to at this point. Um, I wonder if these souls are still so traumatized that they have blocks and because of that time period, and it's making them not seem ready or um resistant or something, even now, even as they've come into this incarnation to come full circle and clear things or what have you. So I was just wondering, I don't know if you could shed some insight
But
on that
is there really karma?
or
If you
whatever it
are,
is.
yes, so if you are creating your reality and you are a multidimensional being, so you are living in many realities simultaneously. So you always have choices. And so that being said, there really is no karma per se. For we know that this has been something that many people have talked about for eons. Uh, uh, that must be bad karma. That's why that happened to me. You see. But not necessarily, because you create. You have the ability to create whatever you want to create. Shit happens, yes, but I can still change it. I don't have to be stuck there. I don't have to be frozen in that time, space, reality. I have all of these other opportunities, probable selves, Why get stuck? So we're saying that some people are not ready is because they're afraid to give up this 3D world and they're not ready to experience lives as you all are ready to receive other things, you see, other realities. You are already experiencing it. But some people are so rooted in the 3D reality that they cannot see beyond where they currently stand, you see. Even if it came and plunked them on the head, they still would say, "What was that?" And go about their business, doing life as they're used to doing, because they are still rooted deeply here in the 3D reality, you see. Will they eventually change? Yes.
But are they rooted? Are they rooted? Like, why? Is it because of the trauma of that past experience, Atlanta or Atlantis or any other time? I mean, why are
No,
they? What is it that makes them different?
they're happy living in the 3D world. They are happy being where they are. And if they say, open, they may open and look, but the fear of the unknown, if you will, gives them stepping back. Not ready, not ready. But it is their own making. Fear. What is fear? One of the acronyms is false evidence appearing real. So if they are given evidence, they may still say, that can't be true. You see, they're still holding themselves back from allowing their lives to change. It is not trauma that holds them. It is the fear of letting go of familiar and stepping out of their comfort zones and allowing themselves to explore. See?
Mhm. Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
I could keep asking questions, but I'm going to wait in case there are other people.
Christina.
Thank you. Hello again.
Hello.
It's not so long ago I was gazing up at Orion, since we were talking about the constellation before, and I felt a lot of positive power, and in my mind were the words Orion calling. And I was wondering if you could say anything about my connection to Orion?
Yes, you are connected to the Orion essence of this, us, you, we, all. And you have a particular connection because you have experienced the constellation Orion in the grander sense of the word. As people can be connected to the Palladians, the Arcturians, to Syrians, to Lemurians, to Atlanteans, and you to Orion. Orion is indeed a loving essence, even though the constellation is a warrior. There is a great deal of love within that constellation. For that is where we had stemmed ourselves from. And we are a part of you and you of us. For you have experienced, even in your own adventures, if you will.
Thank you.
Yes.
Ray, you want to go ahead? Do you want to ask yours first? You need a turn. Uh-oh, you're muted.
Thank you. I was kind of curious about the Mayans and the Incas and the Lemurians coming back after open contact. Can you shed a little light on that? And I know coming back is a linear 3D term, but from our aspect or our perspective, can you shed some light on that, please?
They will not be known as they once were known, but they are being known as now. Those names can be put upon them. The Lemurians, as we are a part of also, is love. That is what all of you need to concentrate on, is the love that is being expressed more fervently on the planet now, as it is needed more now than ever. And that is why we are all coming from all directions, from all past, present, and future civilizations, to bring about the change to the greater good of all. And that is what you all need to know. That is what is coming more at a quicker pace than you can't imagine. And that is what we want you to all feel, is the love, always. And that's why you're here. You're all a part of the change for the greater good of all.
Thank you. Yes, and I know it's not really the names that it's important or the type of being, but it's the allowing all of that love to become one with us and know that we are that oneness.
Precisely.
Thank you. Angie?
Indeed.
Okay. So when Heidi spoke before about the movie releasing, that started another question in my mind. Another movie that's releasing tomorrow, uh, on the same day that Three Atlas is supposed to be at its closest point, is Avatar. And I've been a huge fan of the Avatar movies. I have resonated so deeply with them on a level I can't even articulate. Um, the Na'vi, they just are so, I don't, I've heard that James Cameron, the director, must have channeled them because apparently there is a species out there very similar to this species that's being portrayed. And I was just wondering if you had anything about them that we don't know about that you could share with us, or even if you can detect if I have some kind of connection to this race that I just resonate so deeply with, um, especially
So,
even the water
yes,
part.
when you resonate with something, that is indeed a clear example of it being a part of you. Yes. And as far as who they are, you already know.
Maybe on a level that I'm not able to access. Is there anything that you can share about them that should know?
We'll tell
Uh,
you that when you go into your sleep state, put out that intention. I wish to understand more deeply and fully who you are. They will come to you.
okay, I'll give it a shot. Thank you.
They are already working on appearing. Be ready.
Yvonne?
Yeah, I am an abductee. The Greys abducted me when I was about 5, and that went on until late 40s, I guess I would say. I've always been curious as to how we are chosen. Now, I know we have to agree, right? And I never felt any fear, except when my daughter was first born. I had fear that she would be abducted also. But I've always been curious, how do they pick us? Is it genetic? Is it vibrational? I mean, because
It is vibrational. And why do you feel that you were abducted?
oh my gosh, because of the experiences that I've had, and memories that I've had of the abduction itself. At one point, I had an implant, which I had to go under hypnosis at one point because there were things bothering me. After the hypnosis, when I had a more full memory, the implant disappeared, took it away. So I don't know what the purpose of that was. I don't really care, I guess, what it was. But
So, do you believe that it was a fulfilling experience, an experience that led to the greater good of who you are? Or was it something
yes,
that good?
yes, definitely. I don't, because I didn't feel any fear. I mean, it just seems like so much of the fear that's out there is government related, from fear mongering. They're wanting to force us to be fearful when there really isn't much, if anything, to be fearful of. Uh, but
Right.
it's
And you still have that free will to discern to believe or not to believe.
oh
Yes.
yeah, definitely.
And it is those individuals that we were talking about earlier that are not ready to open themselves up to what all of this is. You were open, ready, and able to receive. That is why you were chosen.
That does bring up an interesting point about channelers and mediums, etc. It would be an interesting study to find out how many of us are abductees or have been abductees. Just, I mean, hearing you talk about that, it does bring up a correlation perhaps with being ready or able to accept other than the day-to-day, what you call 3D life, and the existence of life beyond that. Yeah.
Yes. Oftentimes, people that channel were, we would say, most like you happened at a very early age, open, receptive, and received, not always received by parents or peers, etc., when you're young.
For sure.
So that then dissuades a lot of what was natural. It is tempered down upon them. You're not that, you see. Just as
Yes.
parents are always not allowing their children to be honest with who they are. You can talk to the wee ones that are new, fairly new to this experience, as a 2-year-old, perhaps. They are still aware of their past lives,
Yeah.
and they can tell you things, but the parents oftentimes are like, whew, not ready to hear all of that. Where is that coming from? But then you also have some parents that encourage their children to be themselves. It is much like that for you all as adults also. Not always expressing yourselves from the truth of who you are, you see? Not you in particular, people in general, you see. People are afraid to be authentically themselves.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. And I would add that at least in my case, and I think in many cases, religion really stomped me down.
Yes,
You would
indeed.
say, how dare you? Jesus said this or whoever said that, and who do you think you are? So there was a lot of that. And I would say for myself anyway, and I don't know how many others, but what really helped with that was just age, just getting older and getting to a point where I was like, I don't really care what other people think anymore.
Precisely, yes,
Yeah. Thank you so much, Leslie and Orion.
indeed. Whoever. You can call us whatever.
And thank you very much for bringing your loving presence and all of these detailed answers to our gathering tonight. That is all the questions for this particular session. Do you have a parting message for us?
The parting message is the same as we came in with. Please be yourselves and love one another and continue to express yourselves in an open, honest way with everyone and shine the light upon those that cannot see the light and give them all of your love. They need it so desperately. Be kind to one another and enjoy from the inside out, you see. Be at peace, dear ones. We send you our love, as always.
Thank you. That was an amazing recap. That was amazing, Leslie. Thank you.
My pleasure.
And if anyone has any questions or comments for Leslie, help yourself.
I have to wait till I get back in my body.
Yep. Every answer was touched with love. So
that's mostly their message is love, yes.
cool. Anyone have any comments? If
Just
not,
thank you for coming. That was really nice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here.